that's the job. 7 years, my career now. You spend every single day preparing like you're the starter, and I know sometimes it gets thrown around as a cliche, but I've truly taken that approach. So, trying to do whatever I can to be prepared mentally, physically, finding extra time after practice to get extra work. So, I absolutely felt prepared.
Might want to find a few extra minutes on top of the extra minutes for next time.
I like the flannel he had on. I like that flannel.
It was. He's got
flannel.
the Pacific Northwest thing going on there. He's an Oregon State guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's California. He's got the West Coast.
Big Nirvana dude. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, this is Mackey and Judd here. That was Sean Mannion, Vikings QB2. Got smoked last night. And I would say our VF1, Vikings fan 1, is Randy in Cottage Grove, at Randy Vikes 69 on Twitter. He is the most passionate Vikings fan we know. He also has correctly nailed 3 Vikings draft picks in the last 3 years with his mocking and scouting. Randy, how are you?
Not good. We got a taste of just got a taste of reality, I guess.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough when reality kind of slaps you in the face like that.
As I'm led to believe, the math does not add up any longer.
No, mathematically, it's gonna be tough to make the playoffs now. It looks like,
and that's a bummer, and it's a bummer, and it's a difficult circumstance for a lot of people who really put a lot of time and effort and energy into following this team and doing our part, doing what we can to help urge them on to victory and get some good ideas in the hopper for Rick.
Are you starting to cry again? Because I'm getting concerned.
It's been a roller coaster of a year, Jeff, and it's been a lot of ups and downs and side to side at times, and I got a full steam injection from that Pittsburgh win, and then everything went sideways and south and down now, and then so it's what else can I say? We let Zim down yesterday. He's a good football man. And Chris Collinsworth, you might have heard, he said you go ahead and you can go find a new coach, but you're not going to find a better coach. And then he's right.
Did he really say that?
He did. Yes, he did.
He said that.
Mike is Zim. If you're listening, you're an all-time football guy, and I'm sorry for the way your guys played. You didn't deserve that, and we didn't just let him down, but someone else might have been keeping an eye on that game, and we let him down, and that's John.
John?
Excuse me?
John?
John Madden.
Oh.
John Madden.
Yeah.
He's a football,
why?
sort of a big name. Maybe you guys don't follow football. He's a big household name.
Yeah,
And
he sounds familiar.
He might have been looking down on that effort, and that's what he saw. You saw a bunch of guys go out on the field for a Super Bowl winner, Zim, who's got rings from the Cowboys anyway. And
I don't know, man. Does he?
They load their pants.
Did you want to fire Zim like a month ago, Randy?
Excuse me, Jeff?
Didn't you want to fire Zim a month ago? I swear to God, you were trying to fire him.
I've been all over the place on this team all season, and I can't make sense of any of it. I don't even know who we want. What are you gonna get me excited about a new coach? What's someone gonna bring in a little razzle dazzle? Well, great. The Packers coach he's handsome, he's young, he's ladies love him. From what I understand, and now Rodgers is probably going to stay there another 5 years. So it's not looking good as we head into the off season, and sure, fire them all, okay, or keep them all. What difference is it really going to make at this point? We're stuck with it. we've been to Super Bowls. You know, we've been to 4 of them.
Yeah. It's been a while. By the way, you were right. Mike Zimmer, I believe, did win a Super Bowl in his first year as an assistant nickel.
Correct.
He was
Dallas,
he was the nickel defense coach
Yeah.
under Barry Switzer. I'm sorry, I was wrong.
He's got a ring. So, you know, there's a time for all this. There's a time for mocking. You know, there's a time for hot doing the hot coach
Bible.
stove or whatever you want to call it. But right now, I got a gross, nasty taste in my mouth.
Ugh.
A nasty, gross taste from a team that just took a whole season-long dump. And everyone's been on the throne doing their business, and it stinks. And I go ahead and just go ahead and do the stable, and we're just gonna empty it out.
All right, we're gonna empty it out here.
Be careful how we empty it out.
We're gonna pinch one out here. This is the Week 17 Dud Stable in honor of a legendary football man.
Come on! Football!
John Madden. This is Randy in Cottage Grove.
John, this is Randy. If you're listening, we love you. You're one of the good minds, great minds in the history of the game. You did so much for the game. I'm sorry that we let you down in the field. This is a dud stable, unfortunately, and this is going to be the last game of the year against the Packers. Number one, first off, Dud didn't get vaccinated, and I got all of them, so I'm fine. He would have been fine. He would have played. We might have won the game, but instead he just chose to stick it out on his own, and he's a dud, and that's Kirk Cousins. Go away. Trade his ass. He's a dud.
Hey, did you get all the boosters too from all 3 brands?
You can just go into any pharmacy. They'll give it to you.
Okay.
Number 2, Dud decided to pack it up a little early this year. Apparently, he didn't think he would have been beneficial. He's had a few moments in Lambeau Field. Apparently not last night. Too busy scooting around on his knee with his kids on the scooter. Adam Thielen, you're a dud.
What? Wait, he had surgery. I mean,
here's another dud who packed it in early again. We paid him a lot of money, paid him a lot of scratch, and he decided he was bigger than the team. As Daniel Hunter. Daniel, I don't think we're going to bring you back. You can go hunting for quarterbacks some other place because you're not worth the scratch. You're a dud.
It got hurt, Randy.
Excuse me?
He got hurt. You're picking on people that got hurt.
They didn't nut up. Now for the guys on the field. These are the guys who really just put a little salt in the wound for all of us who care. Dalvin Cook, I saw you on the sidelines late in that game. You yucking it up and laughing, having a good laugh. Oh, why? Because you're rich. You know, because you're gonna go to the Pro Bowl, and get a free steak or some play some golf. Delvin, some of us got bigger fish to fry, like a Super Bowl, and we want one. And you're over there laughing as the season goes down the drain. Delvin Cook, you're a dud. Justin Jefferson, why don't you just be a bigger man than Sean Manningham and turn around and catch a pass? They're falling at your feet. Justin Jefferson, last night you were a dud.
I thought he was great.
That was fine.
Sean Manningham, you've been preparing for that game for a long time. That could have been your signature moment. A chance to put your stand.
Hello?
Randy?
Hello?
Sean Manningham, you're a dud.
Oh,
He's back.
He's back.
I think he's back. Randy, do you need a minute, man? Are you okay?
You got Kleenex?
We got a podcast. We're okay.
And now we're going to turn our attention to the defense.
Oh my God.
Everson Griffin. Everson, we need you there in that backfield.
Randy?
Oh, he's gone.
Packed for you. I guess, yeah.
He's gone, right? Is he gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
Just
he didn't even get to his super and super duper duds though. Should we try to? Maybe we should just let it be.
To update you, Phil. So he was off the bottle last weekend because the jock itch had returned.
Oh, wait a minute.
Do we got him?
Wait a
Is he
minute.
back?
Randy,
Are you back?
are you okay?
And on the special teams, they don't get a free pass either.
Oh,
boy.
oh, he just kept going.
Greg Josephs, you cost us 2 games, maybe 3, and if it wasn't for your bozo Shanks, we might not have needed to win that game. Maybe we're the ones resting guys next week against the Bears. Greg Josephs, you're a dud. And now for the taking up the ladder, Zim, you got your gin blossoms popping when it's so cold. I know the feeling. We play fall league, and some of those crisp nights, your face can look a little red. I'm not going to make fun of it, but maybe you need to go put down the playbook and pick up the bottle and just drown your sorrows for a couple of days with your swimsuit gal, because you're going to be gone, and that's probably okay because you're a dud. And Rick, why don't you go acquire some draft picks in a community college, because that's probably where you belong next. And Ziggy and Mark and the whole Wilps, take a look in the mirror. When you guys came here, you got Jared Allen. You made a splash. You got us all snug in a hurry. And since then, you haven't done a thing. You haven't done a thing. So make a big splash. Get shake up the deck, shuffle the deck, and figure out a way to get us a Super Bowl, because we deserve it. Carl Eller, Alan Page, we deserve it.
Randy?
Jock
don't
itch
know.
might be back.
Yeah.
The jock itch problem is real, by the way.
Oh man. I mean, there's still another week too, by the way. So I don't know.
He declared that today was his last one, and we didn't really want to push him. So is he not planning to do one after next week?
No.
I'd have to go check his contract with us. I don't think we.
The
have
dud
one.
stable was, I mean, it's not complete.
Right.
Oh man. Well, I'm glad we got the special teams duds in there too. So that's the
wonder what
most
we missed.
passionate Vikings fan we know, man. That's Randy Vikes 69 on Twitter.
I'm curious what we missed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I'm good.
Like there was a section there that I'd like to get my hands on to find out.
Good. I'm good.
Okay.
Maybe we
That's
can.
him.
Maybe
Yeah,
there's
true fan.
some archives there in the back cabinet of our audio files. But all right, well there it was right there. That's pure, unfiltered emotion from Randy. Do you guys have some bonus Viking statements here from the weekend, or do you have maybe some Winter Classic statements?
Yeah.
Dex, you got
Yeah,
one?
I got one. I'll kick us off here.
I saw Declan in about 9 layers of like snow gear
Yeah.
on Saturday.
Well, let's say my statement is I froze my ass off and I'd do it again. That's my statement. Yeah, I had 2 pairs of Chill Boys on. Had to have the two pairs of Chill Boys on. I had joggers. I had snow pants. I had double socks, 3 sweatshirts, a brand new insulated jacket, double gloved, skull cap, hat, and then also like snow goggles. I snowboard, so I brought the goggles as
Nice.
well. On top of, I'm not done, a gator, and then also like one of those robber ski masks.
It's awesome.
And I was layered. I was actually very warm, believe it or not. The only area that got cold were the toes. During the second intermission, I had to go up and double wrap the toe warmers on both sides of the feet. Because I just started at the bottom thinking I'd be fine. No. You need the tops and the bottoms of that toe warmers on both sides of the feet. Then I was fine.
So like, what was the most uncomfortable that you were at any point on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being like, Jack Nicholson dead and frozen in The Shining.
I would say about halfway through the first period, that was probably my worst, and that was probably at like a 6 or a 7. Like it wasn't. It was definitely past the threshold of 5. Like it was not average.
Just because of the toes?
Yeah, just because of the toes.
Okay.
And the issue was with the goggles, which actually did a very good job. The problem was if I put the goggles above my head and then I'd breathe, well, then my breath would freeze on the inside of my goggles.
Wow.
So by that point, I couldn't even use the goggles anymore because I couldn't see out of them.
Oh no.
And you also, this was fine with me, believe it or not. This will shock you guys. I had to chug my beer the second time because when I bought the first beer and I waited about 5 minutes when I put it down, the thing froze.
Yeah.
The beer froze.
Yeah.
There was people cutting open the can with keys and knives to get their frozen beer and basically a frozen beer garita out of their dang cans.
So when you bought the beer, it was in liquid form. How long would it be sitting out? Like 10 minutes?
Yeah, it was
20 minutes? Like until
it was like it was in the cup holder of my. I was seats 1 and 2 on the aisle, so I actually had prime seats, like 11th row, right above where the Twins dugout is on what would be the first base side. But if I put that drink in the cup holder, I waited like 5 minutes between a sip. It was frozen. It was already frozen.
I was watching on TV, and it looked fantastic on TV. Just like they did I mean, Target Field does a great job with big events, and the Twins. Despite the fact that they can't win a playoff game, the Twins have done a great job with other entities' big events, concerts or Winter Classic in this case. And just the aesthetic, the lighting, everything looked great on TV.
Yeah.
The uniforms,
They did a
sweaters.
great job. It looked really cool.
No, it was definitely super cool. It was a very, very cool experience. I
Ice
would do it again.
fishing, fake deer,
I didn't get the
auxiliary
fake deer.
rinks.
What the hell was the fake
It was
deer?
just
The
all
fake
supposed
deer.
to.
You put a real deer on that field, damn it. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted
You
to see
know
a real
what?
deer.
They did a great job.
They should have
Deer
put some real
bouncing
deer and
around.
like people shooting at
What,
the
just
real
shooting
deer.
them? Like you want hunting on the field?
Yes. I want the true Minnesota experience.
I thought they did a great job.
All right, Judd.
All right. So off the same event, I will say this: they did a great job. It was fantastic. It was freezing cold, and yet you know what? In typical Minnesota fashion, a lot of people pushed through, enjoyed it. But I've got a Winter Classic fix because I can fix anything. Change the setup, and by that I mean this: I understand Blues, Wild. Central Division rivalry, right? But when the ice has the potential to be that bad, and the puck was like a basketball,
Yep.
and when it's as slow and snowy, and look, I mean, there's only so much that can be done. It should be a game between a team from the West and a team from the East to decrease the value of the actual event of the game itself, points-wise, as much as possible. A division game is a 4-point game. And you're playing the Blues, and I mean, this is not just a Wild loss thing, but putting a division game on an outdoor rink makes no sense. There's a lot of good teams. You could bring in teams with kids from here, from the East. I don't care what, but make it as unvaluable of game for the teams as possible, because it's not about the game.
There's 82 games.
It's not about the game, right? But keep it out of the division. But it's not about the game. It's about the event. So, like, if it is the Rangers and Wild, that's absolutely fine, because it's not like, well, you got to have the Blues. If it's not the Blues or it's not the Blackhawks, who cares? People are going to go enjoy it. That's awesome, and they did a great job. But when you're going to have a rink be potentially that bad, make the game as unimportant to the teams as possible, because they shouldn't be penalized by going from the near perfect conditions of an indoor National Hockey League arena to an outdoor ice where it's freezing cold and the ice is cracking and the puck is bouncing.
Sounds like you're just bitter.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I'm
Sounds
just
like
telling
you're
you. No, it's a logical fix. It's a logical fix for any team. Why does it have to be a team?
I mean, maybe the more logical
From your
fix
division.
is find a goaltender. I mean, the Wild haven't won a game in a month.
The Wild's
so.
been bad, no question about it. No, that's exactly right. I've said this for a long time. If I was a coach or GM privately, I would hate this game. I would hate this freaking game. Celebration. I don't want a celebration. I want to win. I don't want a celebration. As a fan, it's great. As a fan, I love it.
There is room for some celebration in pomp and circumstance in sports, Judd. There is room for Olympics.
Right, but I don't want it to be
room
with
for Winter Classic.
No, there's no room for Olympics. The Olympics gets in the way. Look, the Olympics is great. If you want to go be I don't know what, luger, The Olympics is great. I do not want you stopping your season. If you want to go be a snowboard guy or gal, that's great too. But stopping your season to go to the Olympics is one of the stupidest things. Look, I'm trying to win here, okay?
What is your level of concern that the Wild hasn't won a game since December 9th? I get that.
Yeah.
Like 7 of the games have been postponed because of COVID. But
this will be more thoroughly discussed on the next episode that Declan and I do of Judd's Hockey Show. My level of concern is much more about the season as a whole. You can't get started again. Like,
are they playing? What's the status of tonight? So tonight's postponed. Next Monday's postponed. And,
yes. There's 3 Canadian games now.
Are they playing
Thursday in Boston?
Thursday? Okay.
But, I mean, the fact is they can't get started again. And it's not just them. It's the entire league.
Yeah.
But this whole thing of, well, we're not going to play in Canadian buildings until the capacity goes back. Well, when's it going back?
Yeah.
And you're delaying games. And like the goal of the season is to play the games. I understand if fans can't go, that's a financial burden and problem, and that's a big deal. But it's hard for me to get super excited about the Wild struggles when they literally don't play for 12 days. Then they play an outdoor game, which in the context of the season is great fun. But when you're not playing, and then the league's like, but full steam ahead with that outdoor game, and then you don't play for 6 more days. Again, if I'm a coach or GM, I hate this crap.
Judd's angst about hockey things is presented by Federated Mutual Insurance Company. Federated's here.
They don't take time off.
When there are warning signs out and about, things that could damage or cause harm or risk to your business, that's where Federated steps in. Over 100 years of risk management, expertise, resources, tools, and people. And they've been also a partner of us here on Mackey and Judd and Purple Daily for a number of years, too. So you can support us when you partner with them. Find out more at federatedinsurance.com. And remember, at Federated, it's our business to protect yours. All right? So I'm sensing little hockey angst. I mean, a couple wins maybe against Boston, and then Washington can.
It's a COVID thing, man. It's got me upset about hockey.
All right, this is actually from like a week ago, my next statement, but I've been out with food poisoning and travel issues, and so I haven't had a chance to say anything about the Minnesota Gophers football team that had a very impressive victory in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl last Tuesday. So my statement is, PJ Fleck is, to me, officially the greatest Gophers football coach since Murray Warmath retired in 1971. So PJ Fleck, and I get that that's not exactly the highest bar, post-1971 Gophers football.
Correct.
It's not exactly a 50-year run of like Nick Saban at Alabama, but PJ Fleck is now 3-0 in bowl games. He's now 35-23 overall with a 9-win season and an 11-win season. And he's 21-22 in conference, which may not seem all that impressive, but Glenn Mason's regarded largely as like the best coach of that 50-year era. So while PJ Fleck is 1 game under 500, Glenn Mason was 32-48 in conference and only had 1 season with more than 8 wins. So PJ has already like equaled Glenn Mason or surpassed him in a lot of different ways. And he's already equaled the number of bowl wins that Glenn Mason had, and Glenn Mason took 10 years to get 3 bowl wins. PJ Fleck needed, 5? So there's some flaws. I need my guy to stop burning pointless timeouts and maybe throw the ball a little bit more and do some different things with game and clock management. But I think PJ Fleck is the best Gopher football coach in 50 years. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think you probably have to be right because Holtz was here for, 2 years? And so
yeah,
he can't be it.
He's like kind of a 500 coach, yeah.
Goody was a bust. Wacky was a bust.
Cal Stahl
Mason was solid. Yeah, and Cal Stahl actually at that time was good, but yeah, you're probably right.
Jerry Kill was fine.
Yeah, he was fine, but he's probably not as good as PJ has been. Yeah, to your point too, you're right. The bar is so low.
He's also he's
done a good job.
16-9 in conference the last 3 years. because it took you. They kind of sputtered a little bit those first 2 years.
I just want a Rose Bowl. That's all I want. Non-playoff year. I just want a Rose Bowl.
ROWS Bowl next year,
Row.
baby. Let's get it.
Seriously.
Row, baby. Row.
2 things I want before I'm in the ground or burned up,
I was
cremated.
watching
Vikings and Gophers.
Utah versus Ohio State in the Rose Bowl, just like back and forth haymakers, the sun setting over the top of the stadium. Like, just once, I'd love to be sitting out there in my little maroon and gold sweatshirt.
Yep.
Just
Your
in like the
Fleckian look.
50th row. I don't even care what row I'm in. Just
Yep.
want to be in there.
That's
Watch the
another
sun
golden
go
goal for
down over
first
the
down.
horizon.
Surrounded by people average age 82.
I'm fine with that.
Oh yeah.
No, I think
I'd
PJ's
love to
brought
go.
some young energy back to the program. There's definitely it feels like there's more younger fans taking it. And just any final statements from you guys?
But, Brother Liam and I were well behaved this weekend. We were well behaved. You'll do an accountability session for his listeners' predictions that he made on Wednesday. Brother Liam joined. Write that down, Phil, on this edition on Wednesday. None of them hit, by the way. None of them hit, so
been a
you
rough
went
year.
0 for 3.
Yeah.
But I will say, we were well behaved, even after the Winter Classic, and we had some fun at that Winter Classic. There was no deadlines missed. There was no issues. It was a very well-behaved
Deadlines.
weekend.
What type of deadline?
Well, he had a prediction that
Oh yeah, you wouldn't show up at
we
something
would,
on time?
my sister also lives here, and so we were driving back and forth to my sister's house in South Minneapolis a lot, and he said we'd miss some type of gathering or deadline.
He came to see you. You don't need to go see her.
Well, no, not necessarily. We are.
I mean, he can call her.
Well,
FaceTime her.
he brought up his oldest son, so he brought up Mello, who's 6, and my sister has 3 other boys who are all under 9.
I didn't know he brought his kid.
So there was Rugrat involved and babysitting to a degree sometimes. So
I got you.
So yeah, but we were well behaved. We were very well behaved.
Mello's a cool name.
Yeah, it's Carmelo. So Liam's middle name is Carmelo.
Oh, that's cool.
And my nephew's name is also Carmelo, but Mello for short. We call him Mello.
I like
That
it.
is a
That's
cool
good.
name. I like that.
That's very cool.
So glad you guys didn't get arrested. I think that's a
It's
big
a win for the Goff brothers.
For the
yeah.
Goffs, yes. Just they didn't get arrested. If you missed Vikings Vent Line, definitely check that out. It was a 2-hour therapy session and some
Started during
great
the fourth
first-time
quarter.
callers. Yeah, we said screw this. We're not going to wait another 15 minutes of game time to talk about this carcass. So check that out. And thanks to everyone who has pushed us over 30,000 combined subscribers between our 2 YouTube channels. The SKOR North YouTube channel and Purple Daily just went over 20,000 last night. So appreciate you guys. And we're strapped in, man. I know the Vikings have one more game left, but we're all forward looking here. So if you're looking for educated speculation, reckless speculation, and thoughts on the next iteration of Vikings football, we got you covered every day at Mackey and Judd and Purple Daily. We'll see you guys tomorrow.